Hey friend, let's do some shout outs and have a little terrific Tuesday Sexi Lexi Talk this morning. So come on over, see what's happening. Hello, my beautiful friend. How are you today? It is Terrific Tuesday. So, of course, I'm doing terrific today. I didn't sleep well last night, but I'm here. And I woke up this morning. I still woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as I always do. So, I'm drinking some tea, some green tea. 2 bags of green tea, 1 bag of spearmint tea. It's so delicious. Trying to do that more because I used to drink at least 5 cups of green tea a day. It's really good for you. And there's a documentary, The Blue Zone, on Netflix. I don't know if any of you have ever watched it. And I believe, I don't know which people it is. It might be the people of Okinawa. But they live to be 100. All of the people, I think, in the Blue Zone live really good lives, and they live to be ripe old ages. And in Okinawa, they live to be, Okinawa, Japan, they live to be 100 or then some. And they eat their purple sweet potatoes, which I'm not really into right now. I love them, but I'm not into that right now. On my weight loss journey, I'm not eating a lot of potatoes. And they're into their green tea, I believe. They are. But I love green tea. It's so good for you. It has so many good properties, and it's just soothing. I think that we need to drink more warm liquids. I love ice cold drinks, and I really need to practice more warm liquids on my inside. So that's why I'm trying to drink more tea. You know, if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, hey friend, hey, welcome back. My name is Alexis. My friends here call me Lexi, and some of my friends call me Sexi Lexi. And that's because of the beautiful soul whisperer, Miss Althea Grace. So we will always be Sexi Lexi around here, but you could just call me Lexi. So today, of course, I did a card. I picked a card this morning on my live, which is going to go live again. I'm still getting used to how to make it public, thanks to the beautiful Roots and Waves, Miss Ange. She taught me how to do that. And I forgot to do that this morning after I did the live. So the live won't go up again until 11 a.m. And it's about 10:38 here a.m. right now. And so I did a card from the Affirmators Morning Mantra. So I'm going to do that card again here. But first, we have some new subscribers, and we are at 80 now. We are at 80. I told you that within these next couple weeks, we are going to get to 100. You know, we're going to get there. We might even be beyond that. We might even get beyond that, but we're going to get there. So I have to shout out again my beautiful, beautiful Marie McLeod from the Mindful Butterfly 1976. I had listed her down below yesterday, but I didn't have her handle on YouTube yesterday, just that I welcomed the beautiful Marie. Marie lives in Spain, and yes, she is British. She did confirm that to me this morning. She has the most beautiful videos and a lot of good affirmation videos. So beautiful, so calm and tranquil. I think Marie is an educator. She's a teacher. She teaches English, so you know, you need to go check her out. And we have another young lady who's also, I think, in that part of the world. I'm not sure if she's in Spain, but she's also in that part of the world, I believe. And that is Angela, or Angel de la Tierra 777. And she sent a beautiful message yesterday, and it came up, but then I couldn't pull it up, actually. So I don't know if she deleted it or something's going on. You know, YouTube can be crazy sometimes. So, Miss Angel, I hope that you're watching. I'm going to tag you. So when you watch, please send me that message again, because I really want to shout it out. It was so beautiful, and it cut off part of the message where you said, You sound, I think you were saying you sound, and then I couldn't see the rest of it and it wouldn't let me bring it up. So please send it to me again. And we have another new subscriber, RJW, and that's RJW-X4R. Thank you, RJW. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. You know, you all just make me feel amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let's get to our morning mantra and our little card. I'll show it to you. It has a dragon on it. It's so sweet. And it says, I'm braver than I think, and we are braver than we think to be here on this platform, to do lives and to just talk, you know, to talk to our friends here. It's very brave. I don't have to suddenly slay every dragon in town, but I can definitely start the day off by looking one in the eye and giving it a slow motion nod. Like, yeah, I see you. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I'll read it again. I'm braver than I think. I don't have to suddenly slay every dragon in town, but I can definitely start the day off by looking one in the eye and giving it a slow motion nod. I love it. I love it so much. I love these cards. Love them, love them, love them. They're so, so sweet. So yeah, so we are brave and we can slay any dragon. We can. We don't have to slay them. We don't have to slay them all. But we can look them in the eye and say, yeah, this is me and I'm doing this. So there you have it. Got my rose quartz heart crystal that I got from my beautiful Selena, Essence of the Moon. I love that. So, I really had nothing planned for today. I have a lot of things to talk about. I always do. I always do. And, you know, I just want to spread the love and light always. My beautiful Miss Nancy said we need to focus on love and light. And yes, we do. We really do. So, oh, and I also wanted to shout out my beautiful, beautiful Heather, Indigo Jaguar Heather. I hope everything worked out with your furnace last night and that you got some nice heat, that you went to bed with nice warm heat, because I know in that region where you are, it is very cold. This morning when I left out, it was in the 40s, and it's going to probably be about 50 something, but it was in the 20s when I woke up this morning. But tomorrow, I don't know what time of day tomorrow, we're getting snow. So up in the mountains, it's supposed to, I think, have just 1 to 2 inches. It's not going to be a lot, but it cripples us here in the Carolinas and here in North Carolina because we're not prepared for snow here. They don't have all the plows and all the different things. They do brine the roads with a solution, and I saw that on the roads when I went to take my daughter to work this morning. But yeah, they don't have plows and different things here. They don't do the salt. None of that happens. I hope that they put some salt and stuff down for us here in our complexes. Sometimes they don't. And I am a fall risk. If you're new here, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, South Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm on the border between, I can get to Tega Cay, South Carolina, like within probably 10 minutes, or I can get to Lancaster within probably maybe like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It's probably the same thing. So I'm close to Pineville, if anybody's watching from Charlotte. I'm like, right across the street from where I live is Pineville, basically. So I'm like near Johnston Road. So I'm right there, right there. But anyway, I just, you know, the snow, it just, excuse me, I just don't complain about it because, excuse me, so many people live in colder regions. Like my sister lives in Chicago. It's way below zero there. And I think it's only going to be 2 or 3 degrees this week. So I don't generally complain at all about the weather here because it's so mild. It's so mild. But I grew up in the Virgin Islands. If you're new here, I grew up on St. Croix. I lived there for 30 years from the time I was 6 on, off and on. I lived there until I was 30. I didn't live there for 30 years. I lived there until I was 30. And so it's just, my body's still not acclimated. You know, I was born in New York. I lived in Chicago. I've lived in Phoenix, Arizona. And I've lived back stateside for the last 30 years is what I meant to say. Going on 31 years this year. And my body is still not acclimated to the cold. That's why you see me here. I have on a jacket. I have on a crew hoodie. And I have on a t-shirt underneath. I'm freezing. I have my heater on too. So yeah, I'm just cold today. You know, I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm just cold. That's why I'm having my hot tea. So yesterday we were talking about the Louise Hay teachings and that everything comes to us at the right time. And so I wanted to expound on that a little bit more today. So today, that was episode 61, if you didn't see it. So today, I just want to do a couple of her little teachings today. So the first thing, you know, that I wanted to talk about today was that, of course, we talked about yesterday, the universe always magnifies whatever we focus on. The universe magnifies it for us. And whether it's good or bad, you know, whether it's good or bad. So just having that positive energy, aligning your energy and just making it so positive. Like my beautiful Nancy of Crohn's Intuition said, you know, we need to just be full of love and light. And we do. I took my daughter to work this morning and she wasn't in a great mood. She was in a good mood when I spoke to her earlier this morning when she was first getting up, but she didn't sleep good last night. She's not really a morning person. And I could tell immediately when she's going to be bubbly and happy and she's going to have a good day. And then when she's not, I know it. And I feel that energy. So immediately, you know, she got out the car. She was so down. She just, you know, I was trying to make light of things and she wasn't having it. And so as soon as she left me, you know, I'm like, dear, you know, spirits and guides, release that energy from her on my behalf and release that energy from me because I don't want it. You know, I don't want negative energy or down energy around me right now. I just don't want that right now. I'm really practicing on just being so positive and happy. You know, that's what you all come here to see. You don't want a Debbie Downer. You don't want that. So I try to really be positive, you know, because the alternative is not good. So, you know, the universe magnifies whatever we focus on. So we need to focus on gratitude. And I was watching a video this morning from my beautiful Marie McLeod. And Marie said, hold on one second. Hold on. I just got to go to something else really quick before we get back to that. You know, I need a new notebook. I have this notebook, but I need something that has tabs in it so that I can get back to the things that I'm talking about. You know, when I excuse me, I'm out of frame. So I can get back to things. I don't want to lose my track, but anyway, I can't find what I was looking for. But what I wanted to, I just had it. This notebook is not cooperating with me this morning. Not cooperating with me. I just had everything that I wanted to say. Just had it. Let's see. Chat amongst yourselves. Well, I'm looking for what I'm looking for. That is so weird. Like it just disappeared. It like literally disappeared. I'm probably looking right at it though. You know how that is. Like you look at things and it's like, here it is right here. So the Mindful Butterfly 1976 is Marie McLeod. I wanted to get that right. So she had a beautiful video. She has beautiful videos, and one of hers this morning was about money and how we should be grateful and not have that lack mindset. And it was beautiful, beautiful. And that's how I try to live my life too. Yeah, we're struggling, most definitely. You know, we're paycheck to paycheck. I'm retired if you're new here. And I love being retired, but I wasn't retired where I have money to be retired. I was retired because I'm on disability. So that's a difference. And I was retired. I was downsized from my job. My position was eliminated. That was almost 11 years ago now, 10 and a half years ago. So basically, you know, it's hard because the money that I'm getting from Social Security Disability, I'm so grateful for, but it's not the same as if I had a retirement plan or a pension or if I was still working, you know what I mean? So it's a little different, and you have to really stretch and budget. And that's something that I was speaking about with my beautiful Nancy yesterday. She had posed a question, do I budget? And I do budget, and it's a little hard too, because when you want things, you want things. You know what I mean? And you want them in every color, and you want everything. But you kind of have to pull back sometimes, and the things that we really, really need, you know, sometimes I have to get. And something else may be pushed aside because of that, because it's something that I need, not a want, but an actual need. And, you know, there was a time when I didn't have to do that. There was a time in Sexi Lexi's world, you know, where I had a Rolex watch and I drove a cherry red Mustang, and, you know, I had a Volvo, and, you know, there were just so many things going on. You know, I traveled and I went to the grocery store and just picked up whatever I wanted. And when I got to the register, it could have been $500, whatever. It's like, okay, that was not a big deal for me. I can't live like that anymore. I don't live like that anymore. I'm very mindful now. And one of the things that's helping me too is decluttering so that we can I'm so grateful for everything that we have, and we have so much. Like this week, we did a couple of little grocery items, but not our usual. But when I look at the fridge, I have a tiny fridge in my room that has a freezer. And I say tiny, it's a little bit shorter than me. I'm 5'2", so it's a little bit short. It's probably a 5 foot or so, maybe, little fridge. And it has a refrigerator and a freezer. And that freezer is full of things. And then our regular refrigerator is full of things, the refrigerator and the freezer, of things that we still haven't eaten. And I don't like waste. So we really don't need to go grocery shopping until we eat the things that we have. I was watching a young lady yesterday, and she's on a weight loss journey, and she raises chickens and everything. She's so adorable. And she was saying that, yeah, they did a thing where they went through everything that they had in their fridge and freezer and pantry and just ate that until they were done until they didn't have things, and then she went grocery shopping. And that is the thing to do. We keep buying and buying and buying and buying, and then there's so much stuff, you know, because in your mind, you know, our eyes are sometimes way bigger than our stomachs, and we want so many things, and when you realize it, then you end up wasting. And I don't like doing that, you know what I mean? So trying to be grateful always and have gratitude for the things that we have already. We don't need to add so many things. We don't have the money to add so many things. So let's scale back, enjoy the things that we have, so that later on we maybe have a little something extra, you know. And it's hard to do. But you can't have the lack mindset, which is why I don't say that we're small or tiny here anymore. I say that we are emergent, because we are, you know, we are small, but we're mighty. You know, we're mighty and we're emerging. So I don't want to have that lack mindset in my life, period, about anything, you know, about anything. So, and energy is a big deal. Having positive energy every single day. We all go through things and we all have bad days. But, you know, that love and light, you just have to focus on that. You really do. It makes you feel so much better when you focus on that, you know. And, you know, it's like the universe is very capable of working on our behalf always. So speak to your spirits and your guides, and speak to the Creator, and speak to whomever you believe in, and speak to the universe in general. You know what I mean? The universe is always here. Always, always, always here for us, and always here to just, give us what we need. Always here to give us what we need, and I really do believe in that. I believe in that wholeheartedly, wholeheartedly, wholeheartedly. The manifestations that I have had, which is another video that I want to get into, the manifestation of my daughter, years before she was even here. And that was powerful. And that was the first time that I realized that I have the power and I can manifest and I can make good things happen. And I did that. You know what I mean? And so that's something that I do want to talk about. And another thing I wanted to say was, stop overthinking. Louise Hay says, stop overthinking, forcing and controlling everything. Just accept that what we desire is already available to us. It's always in the divine timing. It's never in our timing. It never is. Like you hear the saying, God laughs at our plans because it's not in our timing. The universe, God, the goddesses, mother, father, whoever you believe in, you know what I mean? Mother Nature, whoever you believe in. It's not up to us. They will tell us when the time is right. And they will show us when the time is right. You know what I mean? And I laugh sometimes at myself. And, I make all these plans, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no. No. Rein it back in, Lexi. Rein it back in. You know what I mean? Because I already know that these things are going to happen. I already know. It's just the timing. The divine timing is when everything is just going to blow up. Everything here is just going to go sky high. And I know it. And I am excited for that to happen. I'm excited. And that's another thing. We always say we can't wait for things. And I try not to say that. I try to always say I'm excited for that to happen. Because can't wait is limiting and it's negative. So you want to say, I'm excited for that to happen. You know what I mean? I'm excited. Instead of, I can't wait to see so-and-so. I'm excited to see them. Or I can't wait to have so-and-so. I'm excited to have that. Use that terminology and see how it changes how you feel. It just brightens you up. It just, makes you stand tall. And I love that. So those are the two things that I wanted to talk about today. Like we have to stop overthinking because everything happens in the divine time, but we also need to be cognizant of our gratitude for the things that we have around us. And some of us have so much. We really do. We have more than we realize. More than we realize. And so many things that sometimes, you don't even realize that you had that, and then you find it and you're like, oh, and you haven't used it or seen it in the last 10 years. So what does that tell you? You didn't need it. I have so many of those things in this home that I'm getting ready to declutter and get rid of. We took a big bag out this morning from my room. So I'm so proud of myself. And I was mentioning on the live, that I'm just going to do a 10-minute timer is what I do. And I learned that from somebody else there are a lot of videos too on YouTube about decluttering, and a lot of people who do it and do it well. And one of the persons who I watched, I can't think of who she was, and I think I actually watched her on TV, on HGTV. I can't think of her name right now when I had cable, but she was saying, set a timer. Make it realistic for you. If you think that you can only do 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you can do, if you can only do 5 minutes, then that's what you can do. Set a timer for 5 minutes and do that. And when that timer goes off, you'll realize that you're really into it and you'll just keep going organically. But if you really cannot, then you know that you did something. You were productive for 5 minutes and you got that done. And then just move on with your life for the rest of the day and come back the next day or come back later in the day and say, you know what, I'm going to set another timer, but maybe this time I'll make it 10 minutes. Then maybe the next time I'll make it 15 minutes and do that. And that's what I do every day to get things done because it's hard. I have so much to do. I don't do a lot of cleaning, so that's why my house is cluttered. And one of the reasons for that is I'm a fall risk. And I'm scared that when I'm home by myself, I'm going to fall. And we have a kitten now, and that's a very high You know, that's very high gonna happen. That's gonna a high chance that that's gonna happen. So I don't do a lot. Like right now, I need to vacuum, but I'm scared that turning around, she's gonna be running. I might get caught in the cord, or anything can happen. So there are things that I need to do, and I like to do them when my daughter's home. But she works like 12-hour days, and I feel terrible. So my thing, you know, I can clean the kitchen. I could go in the kitchen, and even when I'm doing that, Miss Man will come in and she'll run in front of me or run in between my legs, and it's so scary if I'm holding dishes or doing something. And so I really have to be mindful, you know, of her. So I'm just trying to, now that I'm down 108 pounds, you know, I'm moving a lot better and easier, but I still walk with a cane. And also, you know, I have degenerative bone disease. There are a lot of things going on. But one thing, you know, that I've noticed that somebody said to me, I didn't notice it, but somebody said to me, I had a bad fall back in maybe October or so after we got the kitten. And after we didn't get her, she came in. She just walked in. So I had a bad fall. She got in between my legs and I didn't know it, and I fell, and it was a hard fall. It really was. And I was on the floor for probably about 6 hours because I was determined to get myself up the floor, but I couldn't do it on my own. I just couldn't. My knees were so tender. I couldn't get up on my knees, and I couldn't get up on my haunches because I have no strength to pull myself up. I just couldn't. I don't have any upper body strength. I'm working on that now, and it's a slow process with weights. And I know that as the older we get, we need to use very heavy weights. The heaviest weight I can use is a 10-pounder, and I cannot lift that up over. Like, you see the range of motion that I have here because of my arthritis? I can't even lift my arm over my head. This one might be a little bit better. I have a little bit more range of motion on my left. But my right, my dominant side, I can't lift my arm. The pain that I'm feeling right now doing that, I just can't lift. So it's hard to lift a body that weighs over 200 pounds when you don't have muscle. And so I'm working on that. You know, my daughter, God bless her, she was trying to help me so bad, but she's also on a weight loss journey, and she's heavy, but she's very strong. She is mighty, very strong. But she just couldn't lift me because I couldn't cooperate to lift myself for her to lift me. But I was determined. She was so frustrated with me that night, I know, in the middle of the night, because I fell probably at about 11 something, maybe, or around, or it might have been even earlier than that. I might have fallen because I had picked up my daughter from work, and we get up here usually sometimes before 9 or around 9. So it might have been around that time. I went to close the blinds. It was probably around 9:30 or so at night. And when I turned around, Miss Man went in between my legs, and I fell hard on my left side. Boom! It was like a tree falling down in the woods. And so I was on the floor probably until about 2 a.m. is when I called the paramedics, because I did not want to call 911. I didn't want all that commotion in here. But they sent 2 beautiful firemen and a medic, and the medic checked me out. Nothing was wrong with me. And so, you know, it was beautiful. They came, they helped me up, they put me in my chair. They're like, "You good?" I'm like, "I'm good." And they went on their way. But I hated to do that because I feel like I was taking away a resource from somebody else who really needed them. You know, and that's the stubbornness in me, you know. So, excuse me, I have to blow my nose a little bit. It's tickling me. So, you know, that I know that I can't do certain things, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's like sometimes I know it does make my daughter, you know, I think she feels like it's an excuse that I make. And it's not an excuse because I'm scared. You know, I'm scared to fall, you know what I mean? And not be able to get up. And if I can't get up, I can't go pick her up. And then I can't get to open the door if I need somebody to, if I call 911, I can't get to the door and open it. Miss Ma'am can't open it for me. She can't open it. So that's why I'm very, very, very cautious and careful about what I do. So I do little things that I can, but like vacuuming, sweeping, things that I know that she might be in the mix, I cannot do. And I will not do unless my daughter's here and we can do things together. You know what I mean? Or she can preoccupy Miss Man while I get things done. And then I can preoccupy Miss Man while she gets things done. You know, stuff like that. So, yeah. So, you know, that's it for this Tuesday morning chat. Thank you for listening to my ramble. My terrific Tuesday ramble this morning. And a few of Louise Hay's teachings. So I hope you have, as the Miss Beautiful Tabitha Brown says, the most amazing day. Oh, And Yappy's here. If you're new here, Yappy is my personal support chihuahua. And she's always with me. She's pink and blue, and she's just sparkly and beautiful. And yeah, she's always with me. And sometimes I forget to just shout out Miss Yappy. So I need to start doing that first. You know, when I introduce myself, I need to introduce Miss Yappy because she doesn't like it when I don't. But I just love having her here in my little setup in my room on my bed where it's quiet. So anyway, I love you all so much. You make me so happy, and thank you so much for subscribing to me. Thank you so much for trusting me with your time. I appreciate you. I really do. You make me so happy, so happy. Go watch the live because it's up now, so go watch it. And mwah, deuces, and I love you plenty, plenty, plenty. Future Lexi here. I was watching the video back and I realized I started to say, there's a part in the video where I said that I didn't know something, but somebody told me. And I went into how we got Miss Mam Mam and how she got in between my legs and fell. Well, what somebody told me was, I already knew I was a fall risk, but because I've lost so much weight now, my body has to find its center again. And so that can also put me off kilter and could be a reason why I fell that day too. And I never thought about that because, of course, I'm not the same person I was. I'm not that person who was over 320 pounds. I'm now close to 210 pounds. I've lost a lot of weight. And so, yes. So I just wanted to come in and clarify that. That was the thought I was going to make. And then I went on a tangent about Miss Mam Mam and I didn't get back to my thought. But somebody said to me, I didn't know, that yes, you probably fell because you've lost so much weight. You have to find your center again. And this is true. So I just wanted to clarify that. Okay. Love you plenty.